Hi everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to be taking a look at some cool miniatures from One Page Rules. So One Page Rules is a group that has, the name gives it away, a series of rules that take about, they're about a page long, for many genres of wargaming, science fiction, fantasy, and so on. They also have an accompanying miniatures line, which is 3D printed. So they sell STLs, which are files that you can use on your own 3D printer to build your models. Now, the nice thing about this is the One Page Rules folks have a lot of options on their website. They were kind enough to send me some 3D files and rules to look at. So today in this video we're going to talk about some of those models that I printed out, and we're going to talk about the game system in another video later on down the road. But today I wanted to talk about 3D printing. Now I do want to apologize, this video has been in the works for a little while, but I had some issues with my 3D printer, just got it repaired, and now I can, do this video properly. So they, One Page Rules folks did send me access to, or give me access to, some robot armies, some aliens, some kind of mechanical, they're called the Da Vinci, they're kind of like a clockwork medieval high fantasy setting. A lot of cool things, but what I chose to print out were some of their robot army folks. Now I like these because they are very cool looking. Now you can use their rules, you can use any rules with these miniatures. One thing that a lot of gamers are going to like is that it is a perfect range, at least the science fiction parts of One Page Rule, is a perfect range to sub in to 40K. If you don't want to pay those crazy 40K prices, you might look at 3D printing models like this. These would make a great stand-in for something like the Necrons. Now, the nice thing is these are different enough that they're not, a direct copy of Necrons. They are kind of their own thing, but they're definitely in the same flavor. It's a robot. They have a cool gun. They've got capes. But they also kind of look like they borrow from Star Wars, General Grievous and the battle droids. You can see some lineage there. I just decided to paint these guys very simply with a kind of a bolt gun metal, kind of a classic robot look, with a purple robe. I haven't used purple in a while, so I thought I would give these guys purple, and using some of the GW paints designed for Necrons to give you kind of that glowing gun effect that you see there, as well as different areas. But you can see that, this is a 3D print, but it looks really good. There's lots of detail. I am by no means a 3D printing expert, but these folks give you lots of options. You can get a fully supported model. You could support it yourself. It could come in pieces, or it could come in one piece. You just print the whole thing. And if you're not familiar with 3D printing or those terms, basically it means they're giving you a lot of options for how you 3D print your model to make it a little bit easier or more suited to a person's particular way of doing it. So I really appreciate all of the options. I wished more STLs were sold with a fully supported option, because I would do that every time. I hate having to support models myself, but these guys were kind of a joy. So I really liked them, and you can see this is just a line trooper. You've got kind of the scary boss guy, heavy weapons troops. They're very cool. Now I also painted up, I printed out, I really haven't finished painting, some other models. They do have an alien range, so I did print out some little guys here. I haven't finished painting them. I was just playing with some contrast paints to see what I could do to kind of match my Tyranids, but you could see kind of looks like a Tyranid, it kind of doesn't. It's kind of its own thing, but you could definitely have an army of these guys as gaunts and be just fine. And again, there are other rule systems that these things would fit into just fine on their own, including one-page rules all on their own. Now, also, I did have some trouble. I mentioned my 3D printer went on the fritz. I did try to print out an alien, basically like heavy-duty beast, and this was my result. And this was a failed print, but I wanted to talk to you about this because the failed print has nothing to do with the quality of one-page rules. The failed print is entirely on me and my printer, but it is important to, I just don't want to show you beautiful and successful models without acknowledging that 3D printing has its own challenges. It is its own hobby, and you need your own area of expertise to successfully 3D print. You need to learn that skill set. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. It's a skill set you have to learn. Now this was, I did the fully supported totally combined one, so this printed as one giant thing, and you can see a major flaw here, this crack in the back. There are some other areas where my printer was going out, so you can see some holes there and there. But that said, I mean, look at the face, some of the detail. This is going to be very easy for me to correct with just some, green stuff in that crack. It's going to be very easy to, so this is still very usable. These little defects here could just look like wounds when they're painted. So, but I wanted to show you this one to show you again that 3D printing is its own skill, and the range doesn't just have heroic 32mm sized figures. It also offers a lot of cool giant monsters as well. I do want to print out some more, but I haven't had time yet. But I did want to show you just how awesome this is. So there you go, guys. That's a look at one-page rules for now, looking at some of the cool robot figures that would be great in any game system, any futuristic science fiction game system. It could be a great stand-in for your Necrons in 40K. But again, they're kind of unique enough that they're their own thing. So that's kind of cool and something I really like. So check it out. I'll leave the links down at the video description below. You can check out their Patreon as well as their website on My Mini Factory. That's where they sell a lot of these models as bundles, or some of the bigger ones are just individual. 3D printing is really catching on, and a lot of people are hopping on board. And folks like this that are, one-page rules that are making it accessible for the masses, which is really, really cool. I really like it. So again, please do check them out, see if there's anything you would like. If you do play with one-page rules, the game, or printed out their miniatures for their game or different games, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know down below what you guys have done. Do you have a favorite range? So far, I really like the robots. I really like the aliens. There are some mummies that could be used for fantasy settings, like a mummy type army that looks really cool. I haven't printed any of those guys yet, but I might give that a shot as well. So you can look forward to seeing more one-page rules on the channel here in the future. For right now, though, I do appreciate you guys watching, so thanks for watching. Please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. As always, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.